unpopular.
Oh, hell yes, everybody. Welcome to a brand new show called Hey Unpopular. I am your host, Adam Todd Brown. My co-host, your friend and mine, Jeff May, will be joining me in a brief moment. But first, I just wanted to take a minute to run you all through how this show is going to work. The name Hey Unpopular is a reference to the very first podcast this network ever did, Unpopular Opinion. Back then, we had an email address for the show, and when we set it up, we listed the first name as Unpopular and the last name as Opinion. That meant that going forward, anytime we got an email from Google, it always started out, Hey Unpopular, and that felt great. So we decided to keep it around. As the name of this show implies, each episode will be dealing with a different unpopular something, opinion, idea, person, you name it. Or maybe sometimes it will be several unpopular somethings. Who knows? Beyond that, the format is that there really isn't a format. There isn't a specific theme in terms of what kind of topics we'll cover. Sometimes it will be goofy, fun stuff. Sometimes it will be a little more serious. You know how we do. As for this week, sorry to be so heavy right out of the gate, but I want to kick this new show off by talking about something that is deadly serious to me. That being the 1990 digital underground novelty party rap anthem, the Humpty Dance, and its place in music history. Remember the Humpty Dance? Weird, nasally voice, Groucho Marx glasses, goofy suit, once got busy in a Burger King bathroom. You know the song. I guess there's a chance it's before some listeners' time, but that's also kind of like saying Celebration by Kool and the Gang or Stayin' Alive by the Bee Gees is before your time. Like, yeah, man, the Bay of Pigs invasion was before my time. I've read about it since. Anyway, I am here today to make the argument that the Humpty Dance is, at the very least, the most influential rap song of the 90s, if not the most influential song of the 90s in general. Even if you disagree that the Humpty Dance is the most influential rap song of the 90s, I think you will at least come out the other end of this episode in full agreement that if nothing else, the story behind the Humpty Dance and the man who made it is way more interesting than most people would expect. So that is the unconventional manner in which we start this new endeavor with an entire episode dedicated to the Humpty Dance. Me and Jeff will be taking you through some of the weird and fascinating details about the song and how it was brought to life and became sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy for the guy who created it. I will also be joined later on by Atif Myers to talk about the absurd amount of times the Humpty Dance has been sampled by other musicians, and Jenn Scott will be on hand at some point to talk about how the Humpty Dance might be the most impossible to cover song of all time. So, with all of that out of the way, let's untie Jeff and get him in the room so we can start this show. Oh, hey, here we are. Welcome to the very first episode of Hey Unpopular.
Hi, unpopular.
How exciting is this, Jeff?
Adam, this is the most exciting moment that has ever graced whatever the hell this network is called.
Yes, this is history in the making. Just like whenever someone uses a new tactic that they introduce for the first time in a season of a game show, and they're like, this is history in the making. This is just another iteration of the podcast we've been doing since 2013.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the lateral slide. You know what, though? The joy that we get to bring with this episode
Yes.
is fine. It's all right.
Well, at the last Monday show, I mentioned that one of the things I was missing was the ability to just do an entire episode about some silly nonsense, like our very first episode of Hey Unpopular kind of is.
Hey, unpopular.
I'm not going to do it every time.
Do it every time. I just felt like like I said, we had painted ourselves into a corner where we just had to talk about kind of the misery of the world every time we did this episode and changing it up.
Now we're going to be talking about the joy of the airwaves.
Yeah, sorta. This is an interesting way to start. I've been throwing around the suggestion that our first episode might be entirely about the 1990 novelty party anthem hit, the Humpty Dance. And here we are. Our first episode is indeed about the Humpty Dance.
It is a choice, and I'm here for it, literally and figuratively.
Both, yes. I'll tell you how this happened. I was scrolling through my streaming music service of choice a while back, and in the new releases was the 35th anniversary edition of Digital Underground's first album, which is called Sex Packets. And I hadn't listened to that album in a long time. I did listen to Digital Underground back when they came out. I'm very old. I started digging into that album and I was like, man, this really holds up better than I expected it would. And I started listening to some of their later releases. And on their third album, it's called the Body Hat Syndrome. They have a skit called the Humpty Dance Awards. And in that skit, it's Tupac and someone else, and they're giving out awards to all of the people who had sampled the Humpty Dance just by that point. And just the fact that the Humpty Dance was a thing that you could sample in and of itself, as opposed to just being a loop from another song like a lot of famous samples are, that was news to me.
It's like copying Frankenstein.
What do you mean?
Because it's like Frankenstein is in of itself a patchwork creation of multiple different things.
Yes.
So like you're sampling a bag of samples, basically.
Yeah. We'll get into the way they constructed the beat later on in the episode, but it's really interesting. It's not just them playing a section of a song and rapping over it. They do a lot to make that snippet of the song sound the way it does, including play the bass line themselves. That part's not a sample.
Which is fascinating too. The bass line is really where I was way too high to read those notes, and I had to reread them in the morning, because like reading about the bass line, I was like, wait, what? It's very interesting.
When I talk to Atif later about the samples, there's a passage that I'm going to read there where they explain how they put this song together. And it is Greek to me, because I'm not a music person. I'm a writer.
Not our world, yeah.
I'm a comedy guy.
This is one of those things where like creators and consumers, right? People ask us what podcasts we listen to, and it's like, oh, no, I create them. I don't really consume them. But music, I'm a full-on consumer and appreciate it. Like I'm not,
yeah.
I don't, and you're an OG Shock G guy. I have like very limited experience with Digital Underground aside from 2 songs.
Yeah, that was going to be my first question is, do you have any memories of this song at all? Are you in the right age range for it?
Yes. I remember when Humpty Hump was cameoed on Drexel's Class.
Yeah, he was huge.
I definitely remember that. Not only that, like not only was I there when it hit, because I was born in 81, like that song's popularity was sort of targeted in our direction being younger. Like that song was very available for the MTV generation. And on top of that, it was fun and funny, and he was a cartoon character in the video, basically. So this song, obviously, that gets played at every single dance I ever went to in high school.
Yes.
And half the weddings I've ever been to. The Humpty Dance is a cultural touchstone for my generation. Those cusp millennials really, really pulled it. And also, Kiss You Back. That was also like a pretty medium hit.
That's one of the things about Digital Underground. I feel like because of the Humpty Dance, people might view them as kind of a one-hit wonder, and they're really not. They had some pretty sustained success, and I feel like they brought things to rap music that were not present before they were there. And you mentioned Kiss You Back. That is the first rap song I remember where they were like, fuck it, let's just sing. And you see that all the time now. There's rappers now releasing whole albums where it's just them singing. But when Digital Underground did it, it was really different and interesting.
I remember that was I think it was a Weekend Update bit about hip hop. I think it was Keenan and somebody else came out and they were like talking about how rap's changed. And they were like, we got a new song coming out. And it's like a rap, a ribbit a rap, a rap, ribbit a do. And they're just like, oh, I don't know how that's going to do these days.
Yeah.
Even listen to like LL Cool J. I think LL Cool J is a great litmus test of the before and after of that as well.
Yeah, a lot of his songs, especially his first album. His first album came out in 1985.
Yeah, people forget that. He's been young forever.
Yeah, he looks approximately the same now as he did when that he's put on a little muscle, but
He's definitely lumped himself up a little bit with the power and the glory. And fight sharks.
fighting sharks, gotta love it.
Deepest, bluest, his hat, it is like a shark's fin.
And here's the thing, even rappers being in movies that had nothing to do with rap music. Digital Underground did that pretty early because they are in the beloved Dan Aykroyd vehicle, Nothing But Trouble.
One of the worst movies ever made.
Absolutely terrible.
Which is hard to pick a Dan Aykroyd movie that falls under that rule.
But it's up there.
Yeah.
I feel like, again, Digital Underground brought a lot to rap music that wasn't there before. So we're going to talk about all of that on this episode. Later in the show, I'm going to talk to Atif Myers about the influence of the Humpty Dance on rap music in the 90s. It is absolutely one of the most sampled rap songs of all time. It's been sampled more than 200 times. We're going to play a game called Humpty Dance, Top Billin', or Impeach the President. I know everyone instinctively wants to say impeach the president. That's not exactly how it works. And then I will also be talking to comedian Jenn Scott about how the Humpty Dance is the most uncoverable song ever recorded. There are 8 known covers of the Humpty Dance, and they are all trash. So bad.
A great karaoke song, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's an amazing karaoke song. And then Jeff will be bobbing and weaving in and out the whole time like some kind of boxer or something. That's actually a boxing reference that I just made there.
I'm not familiar. To be fair, I did not do a lot of bobbing and weaving when I was fighting.
So with all that, me and Jeff are going to talk about some of the interesting history and details behind the Humpty Dance and Digital Underground both. The first thing, a lot of what they did seems like it was an accident, which is fascinating to me. But it also feels like that's sort of how things play out with a lot of bands.
Yeah, there's a sort of chaos effect to all of these things, right? Like you don't know where things would have ended up because all the pebbles on all the paths that they took brought them to where they ended up. So you don't know where they were going. You just know where they are. And so, yeah, it definitely seems like there's a lot of accidentally coincidental experiences that are sort of threading it together, which I think is really cool.
Digital Underground is ostensibly a group and a pretty big group.
500 members.
Yeah, they're a cult, actually. Shock G, he is the founder, real name Greg Jacobs. Money B, real name Ron Brooks. He is kind of the second in command as far as rappers in the group go. DJ Fuse, real name David Elliott. Schmoovy Schmoove, real name Earl Cook. And Chopmaster J, real name Jimmy Drite. I feel like a lot of them could have just gone with their real names instead of stage names.
Yeah, but also not a bad stage name in the bunch.
No. Those are all pretty solid.
Those would belong right next to a 1993 Showtime at the Apollo screening.
So even though they're a big ass group, they're mostly just the work of one dude. It's kind of a 9 Inch Nails situation. Smashing Pumpkins, sort of.
Where we can fire any of you at any time.
Yes, in fact. But I actually don't think that was as big of a deal in this. It seems like Shock G was a very fair leader. Money B is the one who's done the most interviews about them because Shock G, spoiler alert, died in 2021. And he at every point is like, Shock G ran this. It was his ideas, but anyone could contribute anything at any time and he would listen, which you love to hear that. I've done, 9 seasons of podcasts about different bands now, and that is not usually the way. Usually it's one person in the studio being a fucking tyrant, and everyone else just has to fall in line. So good for him.
Yeah.
He was a highly talented musician. He played piano, played keyboards, probably played a bunch of other instruments, did all the artwork, did all the stage design, did everything for this band, designed their album covers. And when I say a lot of how they came together seems like an accident, the first example, he was working in a music equipment store in Oakland when Jimmy Drite, aka Chopmaster J, comes in. He at the time was a jazz drummer and wanted to buy equipment for a home recording studio so he could start producing rap music in his home, but he had no idea how to use digital equipment. And Shock G, in an interview, was like, he didn't know how to use the equipment, but he had a lot of credit. So what I did was I sold him my dream setup and then offered to come over and help him set it up and learn to use it in exchange for letting me finish my demo on his equipment.
That seems good and nice.
Yeah, it seems like just a very equitable, fair deal for everyone involved.
Good for them. Good for them.
And it gets even better because it turns out Chopmaster Jay knew NWA's road manager at the time. And he hears these demos that Shock G has just done on his equipment. And he's like, I want to help you put this shit out. And I got some connections, but I want to be in the group. And that's how he ended up being in the group. He's barely a presence, but his picture is on the album cover and his name is in the group. Good for him.
And he's nice.
Seems like it.
Seems nice.
They also seem to have fallen into their persona a little bit by accident. They started out as he describes it as a beret-wearing, militant political group like Public Enemy. But then Public Enemy came out and he was like, well, they do that better.
Yeah, we're going to be able to do that.
Than what we're doing. So the next choice was, well, we'll be hippies. There's no rappers being hippies. And then apparently like a month later, here comes De La Soul.
And not only that too, but you're about to get hit with that like posy Afro rap that's coming in real fast, like Arrested Development, and
yeah,
Queen Latifah's making that move too. And
yeah, it would have been easy for them to get kind of lost in the shuffle if they went either of those routes. But instead, Shock G was like, all right, third idea, let's be the rap music version of Parliament Funkadelic. And they are absolutely that.
It makes so much more sense when you sort of hear that description and you're like, oh, yep, yes, including being in like 90s comedy movies.
Yeah, being in comedy movies. If you look at their album covers, they're very similar.
They could have been in PCU instead of George Clinton.
Everything about them is very much in line with the Parliament Funkadelic aesthetic, which if people haven't listened to that band, oh man, give them a listen.
Listen to Atomic Dog and realize just how much of What's My Name is just Atomic Dog.
Oh, about 15% of rap music in the 90s was just Atomic Dog.
Yeah, right.
Because here's the thing, Atomic Dog, it is a banger. God, yeah. That's a good song. So yeah, they end up just sort of falling into the persona they land on. Their first major label single was a song called Do What You Like. And that was actually my first introduction to Digital Underground at that time. It's a really weird song. And it's also the first song you actually hear Humpty Hump on. So they put out that single, and the agreement they had with Tommy Boy Records was if this single sells 80,000 copies or more, you get to make an album. And it did. So they go in, they make this album. It's called Sex Packets. Comes out in February 1990, and a 13-year-old Adam bought it on cassette the day it came out.
I love the idea of Sex Packets, by the way. The description of what that is.
Yeah, Sex Packets is a concept album that is about a fictional product that comes in pill form, and it allows people to control the images they see in their wet dreams. And what's really crazy about it is, yes, it's a fictional thing, but at least according to Shock G, one of the members of the group, Schmoovy Schmoove, had plans to research it, had done a bunch of research, and was trying to get a grant from the government to develop Sex Packets. How true that is, I don't know, but that's a fascinating lie either way.
It feels 100% true.
Probably, yeah. And the Humpty Dance is kind of an anomaly on that album. It doesn't fit the concept album idea at all. And it's the only song where someone is talking about themselves. Everything else, they're talking about fucking, they're talking about like weird concepts.
Weird concepts like fucking.
Hell yeah.
What is this? What you got between your legs? That's fucking weird. Like, hey man, come on. Be a good dude.
This is a quote from Shock G. Humpty could brag all he wanted because he was a cartoon character. So the song's interesting in that way. Doesn't fit on this album at all, but it's also the first song on the album. And the song almost didn't happen. It was recorded when the album was almost done, which is why there's no picture of Humpty Hump on the album cover. Song wasn't even written by the time they shot the album cover.
That part to me is wild, by the way. Like they shot the album cover and be like, hey, you want to do another song and then record it?
Well, what's even more fascinating, and when I say it seems like their whole career kind of happened by accident, there was a song on the final version of the album that they weren't able to get the samples cleared for, and they had to cut it at the last minute. They replaced it with the Humpty Dance and another song called Freaks of the Industry, which the Humpty Dance is by far their most successful song ever. And Freaks of the Industry is their most beloved song ever. It is such a banger.
It is a banger, but it starts out slightly uncomfortable. Sounds like just a dude fucking.
I mean, it's a song about dudes fucking.
It is very progressive at the time.
The sample is from Love to Love You by Donna Summer. And it is one of the coolest fucking songs. That song is the reason I still bought Digital Underground albums when they came out, because there was always stuff like that.
There's a good chance you're going to get that.
Yeah. And then there was also stuff that was a little too goofy for my blood back in the day. But listening to it now, it really fucking holds up. And Freaks of the Industry almost did not end up on the album. The Humpty Dance almost did not end up on the album. I feel like Digital Underground would have vanished after that first album without those two songs.
What's very interesting too, because we talked a lot about like the what ifs, not a lot. We talked for 8 seconds about the what ifs. It would have been very easy for Digital Underground to shift to, it's sort of like, do you remember when Sugar Ray came out and they were an alt rock band?
Yeah.
Like their second single is called RPM. And if you have never heard it, please do, because it's the least Sugar Ray sounding song you could possibly imagine. They hit with essentially adult contemporary. And so they were like, well, we'll just do this. And it's like, it made them a lot of money shifting, changing their direction and finding out what worked for them. In the same way that a lot of pop punk bands used to be hardcore bands that decided they wanted to make money.
Goo Goo Dolls. Good example.
There's so many of them, right? It would have been very easy for Digital Underground to be like, oh, we can be like the clowns of hip hop. But they never did that.
No.
They were likable and there was fun to it, but they did not pigeonhole themselves in a way that maybe would have gotten them more longevity in the mainstream, but would have totally usurped what their intent was. To not give in to that temptation is insanely principled.
Yes. And also, if you listen to their albums after that, Humpty Hump remains an integral part of that group. And some of their best songs are Humpty Hump songs from later albums. So they do keep leaning into it, but not in a way that feels desperate or like, oh, this is what we have to do to keep people listening. He was just a good character. He was a likable character. And on other podcasts, I've compared them to Public Enemy. And I feel like what's interesting about Digital Underground is they're like if Public Enemy was just one guy, because you had Chuck D and Flavor Flav in Public Enemy, where there's the serious guy and then kind of the court jester of the show. With Digital Underground, that was the same person. And as a rapper, Humpty Hump is better than Flavor Flav. So it's never distracting when Humpty Hump shows up. It just feels like another person in the group. And yeah, the fact that they were able to navigate that the way they did without it coming off as desperate is really impressive to me. Even the image of Humpty Hump came together as kind of an accident. They were editing the footage for the Do What You Like video. And the thing where he wears those glasses with the fake nose, they were on the way to shoot that video and he just hopped into a store and was like, I need to do something for the parts where I'm doing another voice. And he's like, I'll just get these stupid fucking glasses. Threw them on.
They're Groucho glasses, man.
Yeah. And then they're editing the video and he's like, oh shit, that voice and those glasses work.
It works so well.
That is the point where he starts constructing the Humpty Hump backstory and the myth. This is a quote. I started the myth of Humpty Hump during a college radio interview. I said that he was my brother from Tampa, an ex-lounge singer who got in a grease accident in the kitchen and burned his nose. He stood as a hero for all handicapped people around the world because you can overcome anything. And people were buying that shit. End quote. I love that last part.
That's really funny. You really couldn't get away with that anymore?
No.
Like, that's probably not a good idea to say that too much.
But I think also what he means is more that, oh, people think I actually really thought this out when I just kind of came up with this explanation for who Humpty Hump is on the fly.
Yeah. And boy, was it fly.
It sure was. Humpty Hump's real name, Edward Ellington Humphrey III.
That's a good fake name.
It is.
Should have given him an Esquire at the end.
Yeah. And you see Slick Rick mentioned as an obvious inspiration for the voice of Humpty Hump.
I can't tell. I can't see it.
Which, of course, makes sense. But Shock G, in an interview like 12, 13 years ago, was backstage, gave an interview to this small outlet. The interview still only has like 600 views on YouTube.
It's
but
crazy.
He said the actual inspiration for Humpty Hump's voice was the Warner Brothers frog.
I just gotta ask, like, when you created that character, how did that come about, and how do you choose who performs? Like, if you know,
The audience chose it.
Okay.
Because of the response. We put a little more Humpty in each record. And then it was everybody's agreement. We should give Humpty his own song. Yeah. And we went back at the end of the album and added that.
really?
That's why Humpty wasn't on the album covering up. We hadn't done that yet.
Okay, so it was introduced at the end of the record.
At the end of the record. But I was sampling it on
Throughout.
Do What You Like. You know, just grab them in the biscuits. And I sampled it before that in a song called Hip Hop Doll.
Okay.
I was imitating the Warner Brothers frog. Babe, when you feel me, ooh, how you squeeze me. You are my hip hop doll. Yeah, baby. If you marry me, we'd have a ball.
Oh my gosh.
But then when she squeezed me, ooh, how she pleased me. You are my hip hop doll. Yeah, baby. Would you go with me once and for all?
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I was imitating the frog. That shit crazy.
It's so like, oh my God, I'm blown away right now.
Yeah, I used to love that frog, but then he would set it all up. Big promotion.
Yeah.
Everybody's in the theater, filled the house, and the frog curtain opens. We'd never do it in front of nobody.
Oh man, that's something.
The frustration of that frog, I set him free through Humpty. Like perform.
Right, and I'm sure the world appreciates that from you. I'm sure.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime girl. I guess if he's... See, the Warner Brothers frog, that's really just like a ragtime thing.
Yeah.
So that's interesting because I guess if you were to mix... I guess the cadence really imitates that, but the voice is much more Slick Ricky.
Yeah, I would say so.
A little deeper, but yeah.
Oh, hey, everyone. We're back, as promised, with Jenn Scott. Jen, how's it going?
Hello. I sound a little bit like a gremlin, but that's okay.
Hey, it's fine. Gremlin Jen, one of
Gremlin
everyone's
Jen.
favorite versions.
Yes.
Get the Gremlin Jen plushie in the You Don't Even Like podcast store.
That would rock. I could see us being Labubu's, Adam.
I don't see why we're not already.
I don't actually. Labubu's fucking up. Let me get Mr. Labubu on the phone.
Yeah, someone call Mr. Boo.
Mr. Boo.
First name Labu. So we've been, as promised, talking about the Humpty Dance on this whole entire goddamn first episode of our new flagship show, Hey Unpopular.
Hey.
And Jenn Scott, one of the flagship guests on our first flagship show episode, Hey Unpopular. What's going on? I'm talking in circles now.
I don't know, but I'm here for it. And also, I love to be a flagship. Flag that ship.
Flag that ship.
What is that term? Anyway.
I don't know. I think it means like if you're traveling in, say, a fleet of ships, there would be one that's probably the biggest and has the flag that says this is who we are.
That does make sense. There's one ship that's got the big pirate flag and everybody else is just a little boat.
Yeah. We're the big pirate flag is what
We're the big pirate flag.
we are. Damn right. So yeah, we're talking about the Humpty Dance. I specifically want to talk to Jen about another facet of this song that I think is absolutely fascinating, which is that it seems like this song is impossible to cover.
It would be absolutely fact based on the evidence you've uncovered that this is impossible to cover.
There is a website out there called whosampled.com. Really one of those old school websites that actually serves a purpose. It's just a database of who sampled what song and where. It lists 8 covers of the Humpty Dance by various bands. And I thought, one of these has to be good.
No.
They're not. We're going to listen to them in a second. At least we're going to listen as much as we can.
It hurts.
Did you listen to any of these in their entirety?
No, I think that it would make me a worse person to do so.
Yeah, I got about 45 seconds max into any of these. I don't know what it is. Because this is a thing. It's not unusual for, say, a rock band to cover a rap song. Ben Folds has a cover of Bitches Ain't Shit that's really fun and quirky. It happens.
It happens.
But there's something about the Humpty Dance. You're not going to out-goofy it.
It does make me want to try to remix it and see if I have any luck at all.
I mean, the Humpty Dance, I'm going to talk about it with Atif Myers on this episode also. It's been remixed about 200 times. It is one of the most sampled songs.
But not covered.
No. I mean, people have covered it. We're going to listen to some, but they aren't good. I don't think it's the kind of song you can cover because what are you going to do? Be goofier than Humpty Hump? No. You're probably not going to be more charming or interesting. I feel like there's a version of this song and it was done. And if anything, should never be covered.
It would be like if they tried to do a live action, very goofy movie.
Yeah, which, I don't know, I might watch that. But
actually, maybe I'm a genius. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe I would check it out. So we're going to play some of these covers. I will link to all of these videos in the show notes. And, people at home, decide for yourself if there is even a single good cover of the Humpty Dance. Here we go. This first one, it's by a guy named Clint Robinson. 3, 2, 1.
No.
I didn't hate the bass line at first, but
it's horrible.
I hate every second of this.
I hate the tone he's singing in.
Yeah. And you can't see the video if you're just listening, but he's trying to be funny and cute, and it's
horrible. I also just hate the instrumental that they put over the beat. It's horrible.
Yeah. They're just playing the bass line and distorting the shit out of it.
I personally also hate when a random guitar goes with a random drum at the same time as if they're the same beat. It's horrible. Hey.
Yeah. All right. That guy has never fucked in a Burger King bathroom.
No, that guy maybe is a virgin.
He does not have that kind of juice. I can guarantee it.
Doesn't have the Burger King juice for sure.
No. So that was Clint Robinson.
Boo!
You're going to hear a couple of those where it's, what if the Humpty Dance rocked? And the answer is it shouldn't. It should not.
It shouldn't.
So this next guy, Adam Ronan, cool first name, but let's listen to his cover. I know about 50 dudes like this guy, the quirky beard guy. They're all assholes.
They're never worth listening to either.
No. Whether they're making music or just talking.
It's quit whatever you're doing. That's the people that should have desk jobs.
Nope.
Stop! I hate him.
Yeah, he's trying to do a Fred Durst thing. Also, he's filming while sitting at his desk like he's recording a podcast.
Yeah, he's doing this mid-Twitch stream.
Yeah. Fucking stand up, dude.
I also hate the effects he put on it. It's peak millennial cringe, everything about it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got some really, really stylish video filters.
He really thought he was doing something there while still doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah. It's got some nice stock footage of women in leather.
Yeah, you know that he's taken a girl on a date and been like, I gotta show you this thing I made, and made her sit through the whole video while he played it for her.
I'm going to let these people get to I once got busy in a Burger King bathroom at best.
That's good.
That's where he got.
You know he makes girls watch that all the way through.
Yes. And here's the thing. Tom Green already happened, dude. You're not going to be that. Granted, this was 5 years ago and it only has 514 views.
Only 5 years, though? That's not that long ago.
Yeah, I wonder if he's given up.
I hope so. I hope he quit music.
Yeah, who knows?
I hope he quit having a gamer chair even.
Yeah, that was very bad. I didn't like it whatsoever.
I just also really hate, like, that is the Tom Green cadence, the blah, 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 blah. Hate it.
Whenever Tom Green did music, it was my least favorite thing he did. I thought his show was brilliant and his music was fucking absurd, but I guess that was the point. All right, this next cover, maybe this will be the one. It's by a band called Transpose.
I actually think I hated this one the most.
It's the voice, I think.
Yeah.
Stop what you're doing, cause I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you use. Yo, I'm making money. See your world, I hope you're ready for me.
Yeah.
It's like soulless. It's like
It sounds like AI.
It sounds like somebody thought that they could prank him by telling them that this would be a good idea. They'd be like, no, it'll be really cool, guys. It'll be really cool.
Yeah, that's all the further I can get it. That, I think, might be my least favorite.
Yeah, same. Yeah, that's what, yeah.
That
it
one
hurts.
is really bad.
Ugh.
I think my least favorite thing about this next one is that it thinks it's good. You can tell.
Oh, it's giving precious indie, yes.
Yeah, it's from a band called Fact from Fiction, and this is your indie rock Humpty Dance. And you can tell they thought they were really onto something here.
They really thought they were passion pitting the house down here.
Yes.
They really were like, we are it.
Those lyrics don't work in any other context except the fucking original Humpty Dance song.
Also, I'm so sorry, a cymbal and a kick drum is like not enough to like even cover the indie band levelness of what they're trying to do. Like, it's too simple and too complicated at the same time. It hurts. It's bad.
Yeah, it sounds really generic. And it's kind of insulting to the original song. Because
Yes.
if you dig into how they put that sample together, there is a lot of musicianship at play there. There is a lot of technical ability. They weren't just sampling a snippet of someone else's song and rapping over it. They were doing a lot of shit. This next version, this is the one that I thought, all right, this will be the fun one. This will be the one that
Redemption arc.
I do actually like. It's from a band called 8-Bit Arcade. So I thought, hey, the theme song to this very podcast is an 8-bit song called Gang Fight. I'm sure I'll love this. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Jen, I don't know about you, but this doesn't even sound like the fucking Humpty Dance.
No, it just sounds like boops.
I mean, I guess that they're getting the bass line a little.
I fast forwarded because I was like, when does this sound like this?
Yeah, especially this part. I was like, what is this?
It's not the right notes at all. I was like, did the person who made this have any idea of what pitch is? I'm really confused.
Yeah, I can't do it. Even this one
Not
sucks.
right. It's not right.
It's not.
And if that's the closest they could get, don't make it.
Yeah, just do something else, you know?
Just like give up.
Not every song has to be covered, I would argue.
No.
And apparently some people disagree. All right, next one. F.O. the Smack Magnet. I can tell I hate this just from...
Yeah, I mean, horrible, horrible band name.
And this might actually be my least favorite because so many people do this shit.
Stop what you're doing, cause I'm about to ruin the image and the style
Like, oh, what if we make a song and make it punk? It's like it's gonna sound like shit.
It's horrible.
Yeah. This one is so boring, there's not a lot to say
It's just like
about it.
a worse version of any given hardcore shitty band song.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, why? Like, the fact that it's a cover just makes it worse.
My feelings about that song are, oh, you didn't want to write lyrics, huh? You just
Right.
wanted to put some different lyrics to that guitar riff you and 700 other people came up with.
It just sucks.
And the last one, this is our last shot to have a good cover of the Humpty Dance. This is a band called Wolfpack. They look like they're probably big Yellow
Also, they were
Card fans.
trying to do something with this video, and I was like, guys.
Yeah. And this guy is one of my least favorite things, which is, oh, this is funny because I'm a fat dude and I'm dancing.
Yeah.
The song's terrible. These motherfuckers look like posers to me.
They are posers. They give like, I was a football player until this moment.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy's dancing though. You don't get it. He's fat and he's dancing, so this shit's so funny.
I think it's so funny when fat guy dance. I hate this tone of voice too.
Yeah.
Ring the money and ring the money.
I hate the voice. I hate the fucking look on his face.
He has suspenders on too.
Yeah, it looks like he just,
Can we stop with the suspenders?
like, there's a very ironic thing about, yeah, stop. Let's just stop. There's a really ironic thing with punk music where it's like, oh, we're all about nonconformity, but also we have a very strict set of guidelines when it comes to what you
Please
can
all
wear.
look this way.
Yeah, and you can tell that guy has studied up on all the things you're supposed to do if you're in a punk band. Your eyes are supposed to do a certain thing when you're moving your head all crazy. Like, he's got it all down. They just didn't bother learning how to make good music.
Is
And-
bad.
Yeah, and their cover of the Humpty Dance is bad. And Wolfpack, you're a bad band. They seem like them and Clint Robinson have the same dad or something.
Yeah, and he left.
Yeah, for good reason too.
Yeah, they're bad. They're bad children. God, those are all so brutally bad, and it makes me wonder if there's even a song out there that is a cover of the Humpty Dance that's good, but I don't think there is.
I don't think there is. This website, whosampled.com, is pretty thorough when it comes to tracking stuff like this down. And those are the 8 covers of the Humpty Dance that they list. And it's not just that it's, oh, well, that's not as good as the original. They're actively bad. They take a good song and make it a obnoxious song.
I would like to acknowledge that no women have tried to cover this song.
No. But see, that's a good example. Alanis Morissette covered My Humps by Black Eyed Peas.
That did fuck.
And it fucking rules because
Yeah.
like she understood the fucking assignment.
Yeah, maybe we just need someone to understand the assignment better, but I don't think that it is any of these people.
I don't know that it lends itself to that as much.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing to say, but it's such a personal song, the Humpty Dance.
Well, it was kind of like a freak thing. Like, it's like lightning in a bottle type shit where it's like, how can you redo that?
Yeah. There's so much about it that's like actually iconic. Like, that beat has been sampled hundreds of times. That bass line, everyone knows that bass line. It's one of those songs that should be left alone.
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone. But hey, that's me and Jen's time. I'm going to let Jenn go back to sleep.
I'm so tired from Electric Forest. I'm trying my best to get back together, but it was crazy times.
Yeah, I mean, on top of all the partying, she had to try and solve a crime on the way out.
True.
Nuts.
Always solving crimes.
All right, Jenn, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So the next interesting detail about the Humpty Dance. The dance itself was inspired by the San Francisco earthquake of 1989.
My birthday eve. You know what's funny is how vividly I remember that earthquake because I was a huge Oakland A's fan at the time because I loved me, a Jose Canseco. We should do a podcast about him sometime.
We should.
So I was watching the World Series in my parents' bedroom on a 13-inch TV when everything went out.
Oh, yeah.
Like I remember watching that live. Yeah.
I do believe I was watching the Cubs in the playoffs when that happened.
No, it was the World Series.
Oh, did it happen during the World
It was
Series?
A's Giants. Yeah.
Yeah, because the Cubs definitely went to the playoffs that year and should have made the World Series and did not.
Because that was pre-wild card. So
Yeah.
the World Series was mid-October instead of the end of October.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I remember it's so funny because I was 7 turning 8. I was going to be 8 the next morning. And, I very vivid. I don't remember everything very vividly from that era, but boy, do I remember that.
Yeah, it was, I believe, the biggest earthquake in U.S. history in a long, long, long time.
Dude, I ended up all the way in New England. I was limping to the side, like my leg was broken.
Yeah, exactly. For one thing, the Humpty Dance, I think people might forget. First place we saw Tupac. He was one of the dancers in that video. And I think that counts when it comes to how influential this song is. There is literally a performance of it in the god-awful Tupac biopic, All Eyez on Me. And we'll talk about that later. But the Humpty Dance in Digital Underground is absolutely where Tupac starts. His first appearance as a rapper was on the next big Digital Underground single, which was same song. Shock G produced and appeared on one of Tupac's first really big singles, which was I Get Around.
Round and round, round we go.
Such a good song.
Just so you know, the underground does not stop for hoes.
I probably to this day still have Shock G's entire verse from that song memorized. I fucking love that. It's maybe my favorite Tupac song.
I always really remember Papa's song off of that album.
I do not.
From I think it's called Papa's Song or something like that. It's the one that's like, I'm so sorry for all this time.
I bet it's not better than I Get Around.
It's not. It's not. There's a reason you remember I Get Around.
Yeah.
But to me, it hit me right.
Yeah. But you really can't tell Tupac's story without Digital Underground and the Humpty Dance. They were instrumental in his early career. So that, I think, lends to the influence of this song. And so the way the earthquake plays into it, they were in San Francisco when the earthquake happened and bridges collapsed, phones went out. They could barely even get back to Oakland, much less Los Angeles, where they needed to be in 2 weeks to record the video for the Humpty Dance. So they're, for one thing, worried no one is even going to show up to this video shoot. On top of that, speaking of the Humpty Dance being very much a last minute thing, they hadn't come up with a dance for the Humpty Dance. And they had a video shoot in 2 weeks for a song with dance in the title that also describes the dance in the last verse. So you're going to need a dance to do.
I also just like the idea of like, what if they recorded it just in chairs?
Yeah, would have been funny.
Big leathery tomes and pipes in their mouths.
And so the dance they end up coming up with was inspired by the 1989 San Francisco earthquake. If you watch the video for the Humpty Dance and look at the dance they're doing, it looks like a person standing but trying to keep their balance.
That matches the bass line so perfectly, by the way.
Yes.
Like, talk about a confluence of, oh my God, like that is a dizzying bass line.
Yeah. The bass line is maybe the neatest thing about this song. It's fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the fact that the 89 San Francisco earthquake happened, that's why we got the version of that dance that we got, which is fascinating to me. And so almost everything about the Humpty Dance was an accident or a last second thing.
Which is fun.
It's very fun.
I mean, I guess if art reflects life, you know, it's a perfect timeline of that concept.
Yeah.
Because you can write something down, but to have it truly be steered by current events is really fascinating too. Not just inspired by, but steered by. Like how country music was destroyed by 9/11.
Sure was.
Used to be like, get away from my dog, you fucking cop.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, when the cops shoot your dog, it's probably your fault.
Oh, and we're back, as promised, with Atif Myers. still talking about the Humpty Dance. We managed to get an entire episode's worth of tent, short for content, saves me time when I talk.
Oh.
Out of the Humpty Dance. Atif, I wanted to have you on this part because I feel like if I know anyone who will have any sort of vague memories of the Humpty Dance, it might be you, because you're not as old as me, but you're in age.
I mean, technically, when this song came out, I was 1.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
But I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like the Humpty Dance is one of those songs that would just come on, like, wherever. You know what I'm saying? Like, radio would still play it throughout the 90s. Parties would have it. Like, it would just be on. It'd pop on music videos. Like, it's just a hip-hop staple. It's like hip-hop hooray. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a staple. Where, like, no one's going to be mad at it for coming on.
Yeah, and it is a thing where I didn't realize how much of a staple it is. And I already explained it earlier in the episode, but the reason I found out about how heavily used the Humpty Dance is in rap music, especially in the 90s, they talk about it on one of their albums. They have an album called The Body Hat Syndrome, and there is a skit on that album called The Humpty Dance Awards. And it's them playing all of the songs that had sampled the Humpty Dance just up to that point in history. And that was like 1993. And I think by that point, already 30 or so songs had sampled the Humpty Dance.
Well, as a song, like, on its face value, it's like silly as shit, right? But then when you hear the beats, it's really complex because there's so many different things going on. Like, there's about like a couple beat changes throughout it, and the outro is like 3 minutes long because they just essentially replayed the whole instrumental.
And you got to take into account that this was made at a point in not just rap history, but music history, where layering this kind of stuff together was still kind of hard. They didn't have, like, they probably did this on a 4-track or an 8-track recorder, which that's insane to think about.
Well, I mean, like, at least I found it, because I listened to a lot today in preparation for this, and, like, if you hear it in good speakers, I guess, the volume's off between the beat and the vocals. Like, there's a bit of a distinction where you can, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Am I being too weird?
No.
Like, you can, there's definitely, it's like they just mushed it together, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't, the mixing wasn't that great. That's what I'm trying to say. The mixing didn't seem like it was that great.
Yeah, I think that's probably a product of them just not having a ton of money and resources to work with. I've mentioned this also earlier in this episode, but this song was kind of an accident. It wasn't supposed to be on the album.
Yeah.
They had to replace
I believe that.
They had to replace a song at the last minute that they couldn't clear samples for. So they replaced it with the Humpty Dance and Freaks of the Industry, which that song, that's probably the best Digital Underground song.
It is good. What was the one that I like? The one who had the first appearance of Tupac.
Same song.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a banger.
Which, like, I feel like same song. I'm looking it up now. I feel like that sampled this a little bit because it still had like a little bit of that wah wah.
It does.
Right.
Actually, it does sample. Same song does sample the Humpty Dance.
Yeah, okay.
Very funny to me. Yeah, they just, in a lot of ways, made one of the most perfect beats of all time.
They made one of the most perfect beats, but then the song hit, and again, that fucking 3 minutes of just the instrumentals for the ride out. That's huge, especially I feel like if you're a producer and you're like, I need a snare. Where can I pull one from easily? Digital Underground. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it just seemed like a very, like, the easy button in terms of producers to get like a snare.
And it's interesting you say that because that's kind of how they built this beat. It's a bunch of different elements layered together. We'll link to a video that plays kind of the main sample in the song, which is from a Sly and the Family Stone song called Sing a Simple Song. I should say song a few more times. Jesus fucking Christ. And it's just a really short part of a drum loop in that song. And then they layer some drum machine effects on top of that. Yeah. And then there's a couple more parts from a few different Parliament funkadelic songs. And that's kind of it. It's the bass line that's really interesting because they played that themselves. It's backwards. There's all sorts of effects on it. Fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, it's the song's still being sampled to this day. To this day. It's
one of the most sampled rap songs of all time. And I was reading a Reddit thread about this, and people were jumping in and being like, oh, what about the amen break? What about, and that's different. Then you're talking about an old song. Like, that's what sampling is. Like, oh, we found
of course
this drum break from this old song. We're going to loop that, rap over it. This is the actual, like, them taking a drum loop and making it so different that people are like, no, I don't want the original that they sampled. I want their version. And you don't see that a lot with rap songs.
No. And also, like, the ways that it's been sampled, since there are so many different beats in this song, the amount of times that it's been sampled, I wouldn't even know that they sampled this. You know what I'm saying? Just because there's so many pieces that can fit perfectly in other songs. Like, I didn't know PM Dawn sampled this. I believe Set of Bliss from Memory or whatever.
Because they did the I think Paid in Full sample in that too. God, I hated that song.
And they just sampled like Spandau Ballet. They just stole that beat, but like then they threw in the Humpty Dance snare. Like, it's just a fucking staple that like I didn't even know was sampled this many times.
It's 4 elements. Those are all layered together to make this loop that has been sampled more than 200 times now by other songs. And that's why I say maybe the most influential rap song of the 90s, because it's the foundation of so many rap songs in the 90s.
Bro, Criss Cross sampled it for Jump and Warm It Up, like 2 songs on their fucking one album.
And like 2 of the biggest songs on that album too. Yeah, it's insane. The only other song I can think of that is an actual rap song that's been sampled more, well, there's a couple, but Lottie Dottie by Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh and Bring the Noise by Public Enemy. But both of those, it's vocal samples. It's people sampling Chuck D going, turn it up, or some shit like that. But with the Humpty Dance and Top Billin' by Audio 2, both, those are both examples of them taking old songs and changing them in such a way that people are like, no, I want that version of it. Top Billin' by Audio 2, it's super interesting because they're already sampling one of the most sampled songs ever, which is called Impeach the President by the Honey Drippers. Mm-hmm. And I was reading about that, and just because of like the budget he was working with, the guy who made that song, his name's Milk D. He's actually MC Light's brother.
Oh.
He could only sample 2 seconds of Impeach the President at a time. He was doing the sample through a sample pedal.
Oh.
And so he could only get like 2-second snippets of the song and just is basically replaying the drums from that song through a sample pedal. And that song, if you've heard, people at home, if you've heard Real Love by Mary J. Blige, that
real love, I'm talking about that real love.
Those drums are Top Billin'. It's one of the most commonly sampled songs in rap music, but it's also a sample of another very commonly sampled rap song.
It's like the snare from Humpty Dance is a foundationally hip-hop snare, literally timeless. And I don't think they expected that coming out of this song. There's no way.
No, I didn't even realize it. Like, it was only because I went back and started listening to their catalog again, and I heard that Humpty Dance Awards thing, and I was like, is this real? This many people sampled the Humpty Dance? And now it's so many more. And I found that fucking fascinating. Because this seems like such a throwaway song. It should just be a novelty hit that people are like, oh, this goofy shit. But it's really kind of the foundation of this group. It is what has kept Digital Underground going. They're still touring, even though Shock G died.
It's also like, you could say that the song's made in 89, this beat maybe foundationally set up 90s hip hop.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because 90s hip hop was all about the snare. Obviously, it was way more lyrical than this, but they really, like, in terms of songs, this giving back to an art form, this one might be like the most generous. Because again, you literally have 3 minutes of instrumental, so other producers and rappers can just use it, which is fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy.
What we're going to do with this little segment here, so it's not just me and Atif talking about the Humpty Dance and how important it is, we're going to play some songs. I want to talk about 3 different samples. The Humpty Dance, obviously. Top Billin', which has been sampled even more than the Humpty Dance.
It's because of those drums.
Yes.
The drums. Like, it's just perfect.
And then the song Top Billin' got its drums from is a song called Impeach the President.
Yeah.
And I think, again, it's a good example of someone taking an existing sample and being like, actually, we're going to do a better version of it and kind of pulling it off.
But to also think about how much money Digital Underground is making off of this one song.
Yeah.
In terms of sampling rights. Like, it's fucking crazy.
The same thing with Milk D from Audio 2. I was reading an interview, and he has a legal team that goes after everyone that uses that beat without clearing it. And he's like,
yeah,
normally they're nice. They're nice enough about it. Like, they know they took my shit. So yeah, he's just like making money this whole fucking time. And meanwhile, Audio 2's got 2 albums, I think. Both of them came out in the 80s. So like, one little thing like this can just set a group or an artist up forever. And so first, let's listen to the samples I'm talking about. This is the Humpty Dance. Everyone is going to be familiar with this.
Stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin.
I will stop what I'm doing, which is playing that song so I can talk to my friend Atif more. That's the Humpty Dance sample. But like Atif mentioned, at the end of the song, it plays for like another 3 minutes.
Well, because I haven't heard the song in like over a decade before today, but again, just doing research for this. And I was like, I thought this song was fucking way shorter than 6 minutes. And that's because I feel like the radio edit is just like, all right, we're not going to do the whole fucking song. So, you know what I'm saying?
That's one of the things I feel like Digital Underground brought to rap music. I feel like in the late 80s, Rakim really changed the way people rapped. Like,
yeah,
he's the one who changed that. I feel like they don't get enough credit for it, but I think EPMD changed the way a lot of people produce rap songs.
And Gangstar.
Gangstar too. But EPMD, Digital Underground, kind of takes credit for bringing like funk samples and things to rap music. That was EPMD. EPMD was sampling Zapp and Roger Troutman, Parliament Funkadelic way before Digital Underground. But I think what Digital Underground brought is song structure and melodies and like making music that wasn't just a rap song. Like their rap had a very specific structure before Digital Underground. And if you listen to like Do What You Like, their first single, that song is chaos. It also has like a huge instrumental at the end. Like it doesn't follow the same kind of patterns rap music had up to that point. And I can't think of anyone before them that would get credit for that.
No.
Also, singing. I can't think of another rap group before them that was like, you know what? We're just going to sing. We're going to sing this whole fucking song. But they got a song called Kiss You Back that was like also one of their big singles. And it's just a pop song. And now rappers do that shit all the time.
Yeah. No, they don't get enough credit.
Yeah. So that was the Humpty Dance sample. I got sidetracked.
Okay. Sorry.
I mean, I sidetracked myself, but I still appreciate the apology. This is the Top Billin' sample for people who've never heard it. And also, if you've never heard Top Billin', go listen to it. It's so good. That is being played through a pedal.
Yeah.
This has been sampled over 300 times.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Those drums are tasty.
Yeah, and it's like, again, the beats like this are fucking cheat codes for producers.
Yeah.
They don't have to fucking dig through the crates, especially back in the 90s when it was crates. They were like, fuck it. We would dig through some crates, but we got snares from fucking Digital Underground and Top Billin'. Like, we just got the drums there, so let's just find what else we could fucking fit in here.
Speaking of that, the drums from Top Billin' actually come from another heavily sampled song called Impeach the President. And this is an old soul song by a group called the Honey Drippers. So this is where Top Billin' gets its drums from, but it sounds different.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Honey Drippers in the house tonight, and they just got back from Washington, D.C.
So that is Impeach the President.
This is infuriating because, like, Daft Punk will get a lot of props for sampling songs, but then when you hear the original song that they sampled from, they just kind of stole everything about that song.
Yeah.
Like, they're just like, oh, Daft Punk sampled. It's like, no, Daft Punk just remixed that. Like, they sampled every essence of that song. When you have shit like this, where it's like, these can be sampled over 300 times because they can be used foundationally for other shit.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite samples of all time is the way the Rick James Super Freak sample is used in the song Kingdom Come by Jay-Z.
Yeah.
If you don't read the liner notes, you might not even catch that that is what's being sampled. And it's just that sample, but it's just chopped up in such a crazy way. Love that shit.
Dude, that song is so fucking good. People shat on that album.
Yeah.
But that song is unbelievable.
Yeah. It's such a fucking bang.
God damn.
So we're going to play a game here to end out this segment. I'm going to play some songs and the Tiff is going to guess if they are sampling the Humpty Dance, which I think those are going to be easy, or Top Billin', or Impeach the President.
Those are going to be tough because they're fucking similar. They're the same.
Oh, sorry. I didn't think about that before I decided to do this. That didn't play into my thinking whatsoever.
Are you being sarcastic? Yes, you did.
Yes, I'm absolutely being sarcastic.
Sorry, I didn't know.
All right. I think this is an easy one. So we'll start here. Remember Return of the Mac by Mark Morrison?
Yep.
Well, I got let know. I bet that dude did not sound like that for real.
No.
So what does Return of the Mac sample? You'll hear it.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Yeah, it's the Humpty Dance.
It is. It is just the drums from the Humpty Dance.
But, like, you see what I'm saying? When you have sampling like this shit, where it's like, we can fit these drums in the fucking anything, versus like what other fucking people are doing when they're stealing the entire fucking song. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Let's go to the next one.
Okay.
This is Mike Checka by Das Effects. Remember Diggity Dung Das Effects?
A while ago. I haven't thought of that name forever. Wait, could you get members of Digital Underground on this podcast?
Oh, at 100%. We could get...
You should do it.
I feel like we could get Money B. He's kind of the last one, except the guy who played Humpty Hump in the Tupac biopic is in Digital Underground now. Young Hump.
What? Really?
Yeah. All right. Mike Checka by Das Effects. What are we sampling here? No. Sorry, I forgot they have to climb down into the sewer first because this is the 90s and everyone was grimy. So they got to let you know they literally live in the sewer. What do we got? Top Billin', Impeach the President, or the Humpty Dance?
I would say Impeach the President.
And you would be so very close, but that is apparently Top Billin'.
Fuck, it sounded more muted than Top Billing.
Yeah. And it seems like it's got the little, cymbal hit from Impeach the President, but I think that's like a live cymbal. It sounds different.
What? I feel like we're going to get in Vanilla Ice territory. Do you remember we talked about how he stole Under Pressure? And he's like, Under Pressure is like bum 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 bada bum bum. And he's like, mine is bum 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 bada bum bum. And they're like, no, we're going to own the rights to that song, Eyez.
All right. You're 1 for 1 so far.
Okay.
All right. This one, I think, is pretty easy. This is Around the Way Girl by LL Cool J. Oh, we got a
intro.
We got to forward through the 90s intro. Every rap song was a movie in the 90s. It was great.
They were. Every album had a skit.
Yeah.
I don't know why every album had a skit where they're like, we need to be funny.
I did an article back when I worked at Cracked about great albums that started terrible trends. And I feel like skits in rap are De La Soul's fault.
Oh.
That first album, it's fucking great, but it's also like 26 songs long and like 12 of them are actual songs. Okay, what is going on here? Come on, LL, all this jibber jabber. Here we go. Impeach the president, top billing, or Humpty Dance?
Humpty Dance.
Whoa! No, that is impeach the president.
Fuck! I'm not good at this. I'm not good.
When you're trying to differentiate top billing and impeach the president, you hear that part that goes,
yes.
That's what you're looking for. That's impeach the president. Top billing doesn't have that little symbol hit.
Do you remember the Mad Rapper from all the Bad Boy albums?
Yes.
He had an album where half of it was his skits about being a mad rapper, but then it would feature good rappers on it. That's how big skits got in like the 90s.
That's insane.
I have that album. I owned it at one point.
Yeah, skits drove me nuts. They mostly were not good. That's another thing about Digital Underground, though. Their skits are genuinely entertaining because it's usually just Shock G wailing on the piano for 4.5 minutes or some shit. Like, that dude was insanely talented as a musician.
Again, they discovered Tupac, so yeah.
Tupac still probably would have emerged somewhere. He was that kind of talent. But without Digital Underground, we wouldn't have gotten I Get Around. We wouldn't have gotten Same Song. Like, there's Tupac hits we would have missed out on.
Also, when you listen back to Same Song, he blows them out the water.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's an obvious star on that song, because it's not like he was the only guest rapper Digital Underground had. Especially after that, they start really trying to capture that lightning in a bottle again. And they did. There's an Oakland rapper called Saphir who is really well respected now, if not Tupac huge. But he also comes from the Digital Underground family tree, I guess.
Huh.
Oakland doesn't get enough credit for how important it was to early rap music. Like, Too Short started in fucking 83 or some shit. Like, Oakland had a solid rap scene in the 80s.
Well, also, the hardest Oakland rapper was MC Hammer.
Yeah.
Like, MC Hammer was the biggest gangster in Oakland hip-hop, and maybe in hip-hop at one point in time. Like, he was apparently a fucking terrifying guy.
Yes. Yeah, MC Hammer put out a hit on MC Search from Third Base because they made fun of MC Hammer's mother in a song. If I recall correctly, they basically got the guy who was going to do the shooting to stand down by getting him tickets to like the VMAs or something. It's so fucking weird. But yeah, MC Hammer will fuck you up.
MC Hammer was everybody. Like, if you look back at all interviews, like Snoop, Pac, they were all like MC Hammer. Everybody's fucking terrified of Hammer.
Yeah.
Like,
Tupac also, though. In digging into Digital Underground, there's a bunch of stories where he just, if anyone in his orbit was about to fight, he was like, yes, let's fight. We're going to fight. And it's like, why do you want to fight? Like, this is this guy's whole, he's like, no, I don't know this man, but I have his back. So yeah, we're all about to fight. Amazing.
I'm bad at sampling. I'm bad at listening. That's why I didn't even know this song has been sampled that many times.
We got 3 left.
Fuck.
All right, I'm going to give you an easy win here. Let's go back to LL Cool J.
Oh, okay.
Come on, man.
Mama Said Knock You Out.
This is Humpty Dance.
This is 100% the Humpty Dance. He just...
Call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
Actually, I think this is the Humpty Dance with a James Brown sample over it.
Yeah.
Also, I can't think of the James Brown sample, but it's been used a whole lot too.
Old LL Cool J was so fucking good.
Yes. Yeah.
What was that song? He had this song about breaking up with a girl because her ass wasn't fat enough. And each verse, he breaks up with a different girl because her ass wasn't fat enough. And it's one of my favorites.
Big Old Butt.
Yeah.
Is the name of that song. Early LL was one of my favorite artists.
Bro, going back to Cali, so good. Dude,
Yeah.
LL Cool J does not get enough, like, props.
Going back to Cali is what, if I buy new headphones, that's the song I test it out with first. Because that bass in the beginning of that song, oof. Yeah, early LL was the shit. He was also so good in a beef. Like, if LL wrote a diss song about you, you were done. I do not agree that Cannabis won that fucking dispute with LL. I don't agree with that at all. It's just LL's best song about cannabis was really hard to find because it was on this weird fucking Def Jam sampler and you had to buy it early and get the bonus disc. And then that had LL's answer to the cannabis song and it was so fucking good. God
but like Second Round Knockout was everywhere.
Yeah.
But to be fair, that was Cannabis's like only hit, if not his biggest hit. So it's hard to be like he lost the battle when his rebuttal was like his biggest song.
Yeah, but also, does he have a big song without LL? I feel like that would be my rebuttal if I was LL. I'd be like, I made your fucking career, bud.
No. Also, like, very sus name, Can I Bust?
Yeah, it is. Like, I get what you're going for, but it's not working at all.
It did not age well. Sorry.
All right, what do we got? 2 left?
Yes.
All right, these are going to be tricky. This first one, classic. The Bridge Is Over by Boogie Down Productions. We can eliminate the Humpty Dance because that came out.
Okay.
This came out before the Humpty Dance.
Yeah. Then wait, then it would be. Oh wait, no. Impeach the president.
Yes.
Because there's no. Once you told me that, I was like, all right, now I know what I'm listening for.
Well, I think it is in this one. Impeach the President is one that does have it. But this, I think, might also predate Top Billin'. Because this is an old-ass song. This is like 86, 87, something like that.
Yeah, it predates it by like fucking 6 months.
Oh, okay.
5 months.
So
yeah.
They came out at the same time then.
Yeah.
All right. This last song, remember Professor Griff?
No.
He was in Public Enemy. He was the Minister of Information.
Oh.
He, at one point, got kicked out for being super duper anti-Semitic, which, how much do you have to hate the Jews to get kicked out of Public Enemy for being anti-Semitic? Holy shit. But I think they ended up putting him back in the group. The song Welcome to the Terror Dome is about that whole situation with Professor Griff.
Yeah.
But he put out a solo album that I remember listening to back in the day, and I thought it was pretty terrible. But this song I found in my research, and for being a song about how an evil black scientist named Yakub created white people in a lab, it sure is a bop. This is Verbal Intercourse by Professor Griff. And Atif, you tell me, impeach the president, Top Billin', or the Humpty Dance? Well, right now they're just fucking.
Sex intro.
Yo.
Now
that I got your attention.
Yeah, you did.
Yo, K-Von, check this out. Now is this, man. Peace, Greg, what's up? We're gonna do this something like this here, right? On this verbal intercourse kind of thing.
Top Billin'.
Yes. So I think you went 500.
I did.
If you bat 500 for your career, you're going straight into the Hall of Fame. So you could do a lot worse. Also, this song is amazing. I don't remember ever listening to it, but I have to have at some point in my life. And it's all my favorite stuff about white people, just set to a banging beat. Love it.
I just don't know how anti-Semitic you have to be to get kicked out of Public Enemy.
That's a lot.
That's crazy.
That's a whole lot. Because if you listen to those lyrics, it seems like Chuck D might have some feelings as well when it comes to Jewish people. I mean, he's in the Nation of Islam.
That's what I'm saying. Like Professor Griff is just like espousing Louis Farrakhan stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know how hard you can go when the whole group's essentially the Nation of Islam, except for like Flavor Flav. I don't know what he's doing. He's supporting women's water polo and women's sports.
Yeah, he is such an advocate for women's sports.
He really is.
That guy's great. So that's our deep dive into the massive influence of the Humpty Dance, and specifically how often it's been sampled, why it's been sampled so much. I think that's one of the things that plays into my opinion that the Humpty Dance might be the most influential song of the 90s in general.
It's hard to beat. It is hard to beat.
Yeah, it provided the basis for a lot of other songs.
It's like one of those things where if you were like the greatest basketball player is like Bill Russell, and you're like, why? And it's like, he has 11 rings or some shit, right? You go, it's like, all right, fine. If that's the basis of your argument, then I guess you win. If you're going solely off of rings, it's like, then Robert Ory's the second best player. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, exactly. So, Atif, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Dude, of course, thank you, man. I'll see you on Monday.
Oh, and Jeff is back.
Oh, hi, unpopular.
Jeff, we already did that.
Do I do that at every interstitial or?
No, we already did that, Jeff.
Oh, hey, unpopular.
You're embarrassing me.
Good. Makes me feel nice. But hey, what a marathon.
Oh, what are we? Hour 3, hour 4, probably? This is like a Springsteen concert. Yeah, it's like soccer. No one knows how long this is going to go.
Yeah, we're in injury time now.
Damn right. So me and Jeff have been talking about all of the things that I think play into making the Humpty Dance arguably the most influential song of the 90s. With all due respect to the Fantasy remix by Mariah Carey and Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe.
Do we look like BBD, you hoochie groupie?
I think you can make an argument for those being the two most influential songs of the 90s also, but that's for a different time.
I mean, you could also, I think Smells Like Teen Spirit is probably going to have a little bit of weight in that story as well.
Yeah, Smells Like Teen Spirit. See, now we're getting off track. The last thing I want to talk about that I find really interesting about Humpty Hump, the Humpty Dance, Shock G, is how Humpty Hump kind of became a self-fulfilling prophecy for Shock G. When he came up with the persona and was given interviews about it back in the day, he gave this quote at one point. I remember a George Clinton interview from when he was younger where he said that characters live on longer than human beings do. They don't burn out as quickly. So that was an inspiration, end quote. And I would argue that that has 100% come to pass when it comes to Digital Underground. And I would say it's for the best. I would say without Humpty Hump, we wouldn't really remember Digital Underground. I don't know if we would have even gotten all of those albums that we eventually got.
Yeah, it's funny too. And when you think about the humans that tend to last very long as those, I mean, I know we're talking like literal timeline characters last longer. And there's a Mantosa. That'd be so funny if Shock G got like the, I'm going to become a clown, Alfred. Like, he's doing his like Batman story, but about wearing a pair of Groucho glasses and a game show host's fucking jacket.
Yeah. I think it's interesting in that way that this character has kind of sustained the Digital Underground story for as long as it has. But also, I'm going to play a clip from that same interview where he talks about the Warner Brothers frog. And he says something really interesting about the Tupac hologram that had just shown up at Coachella.
How did you feel about the Coachella?
That's dope. I love it.
Did you? Okay.
I love it. I'm about to buy a few of them. As soon as the price come down there.
You're gonna come out.
And they don't gotta be dead. It's gonna be Digital Underground featuring Lauryn Hill, RZA, Tupac, and Jimi Hendrix.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna make it who I want. But the first hologram I'm gonna buy, I'm gonna buy me a Humpty. So I could be Shock G on the keys, because that's why I like it. But I'll do both, you know. if I could get a hologram of Humpty or a hologram of Shock, I could put him on the keys, and then I could be Humpty. But sometimes I'd rather be Humpty.
And he got really close to that. He unfortunately had issues with drugs his entire career and died in April 2021 of a drug overdose in a hotel room in Tampa, Florida. And by that time, he had stopped touring with Digital Underground because he was trying to do like solo piano music and shit. But I mentioned All Eyez on Me earlier, and there's a scene where the Humpty Dance is performed in that movie. The person playing Humpty Hump is a guy named Chris Clark, who Shock G personally mentored to take on the role of Humpty Hump.
Part of my favorite part of this whole episode, to be 100% honest, like that you're like choosing the guy to play you in this very specific version of you.
Yeah.
Like, that's awesome.
I mean, you got to think about all the things that had to come together. You have to sort of look like Shock G. You have to be able to rap. You got to have a lot going for you. And he ends up finding this guy.
Nailing that shit.
And the plan before Shock G died, according to an interview with Money B, was Digital Underground was going to reunite with Shock G, go on the road and do that exact thing, where this new guy, who they call Young Hump, would be there to play the role of Humpty Hump, and Shock G could be there just to be Shock G. And we unfortunately never got to see that because Shock G died. But that exact thing did happen, and Digital Underground still tours to this day with Money B and Young Hump.
Do you think Young Hump gets like haunted, but like supportively haunted by Shock G?
I hope so. Yeah.
You're doing great, homie. Around.
Specifically by Humpty Hump, he gets haunted by, not Shock G.
Look, you're doing real great, and I'm really proud.
So I think that's really interesting that this kind of joke of a character, this accidental song that almost didn't even end up on the album, goes on to set them up for life, but not in the way that like Blues Traveler is set up because of Runaround or something. Like it's not, it's different.
Yeah. But anyway,
I don't get it.
It's a song by them. It's actually during the credits of Kingpin. They also play that.
Sure. Of course. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe no one else thinks the story of the Humpty Dance is as fun as I do.
Yeah. But it's our show.
Jeff, what do you think?
I think it's the most, I'm not even going to say the 90s, of all time, most influential song.
Of all time?
Suck shit, Brahms. No, yeah. I like this song a lot, and learning about the history of it and learning about how it came into place. There is a series of happy accidents. I mean, the funny stuff like that terrible earthquake that killed many people.
Yeah.
Hilarious. But just knowing how it comes about and knowing that, yeah, the song and character is going to transcend every ingredient. I mean, who knows? Is Digital Underground going to continue as some sort of Ship of Theseus thing where all the original members are gone, but it still is sort of the spirit of that?
Yeah.
Who knows?
And I mean, it's kind of that now.
Yeah. Like Dead and Company, but with the Humpty Hump.
Exactly.
Hump and Company. Oh, Dead and Humpany.
Oh, there it is.
We got there.
We landed this plane.
Because they're all dead.
They are.
Except for Humpty.
Right.
He lives forever.
Some of the Grateful Dead still alive, I think.
Didn't the last one just die?
I know one of them just died, but aren't there like 50 of them? Who knows? I hate the Grateful Dead. Ugh. So that's our episode. We did it, Jeff.
We did do it.
That is episode 1 of Hey Unpopular in the Books.
Hey Unpopular in the Books.
I don't know what the next episode will be about. You'll find out, though. Until then, what do we got to plug? Could you please go give this show good ratings and reviews on Apple Podcasts and Spotify? We
very free to do that.
And that's all I got. Jeff, what do you want to plug?
Well, I have Cool Friends. I have a show called Jeff Has Cool Friends, which you can get for free everywhere. But you can also get early access to uncensored episodes with bonus content over at patreon.com/Jeff May. So definitely check those out. And if you can't afford to pay for it, just go rate, review it, do the stuff, listen to it for free. That's helping. That helps.
It helps.
You get early access to Nerd with Dre Alvarez. You also get the monthly Flow with Andrea Gazzetta. Lots of cool stuff. On top of that, Tom and Jeff watch Batman on Gamefully Unemployed. Mint on Cards the second Friday of every month. The Blast from the Past in beautiful Magnolia in Burbank, California. I'm at Hey There Jeffro 2 on social media, and you got to go follow the Jeff Has Cool Cards YouTube page because it's a lot of fun. And Adam, we're growing.
Good.
We're growing.
The
Come
plugs
on.
are paying off.
Bro.
And I think that's it. Let's get the fuck out of here. Jeff, say goodbye.
You get the Humpty Hump rookie card, everybody.
I would take it.
Jam in, do me, baby.
Goodbye, everybody. We love you.